And a very, 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 very good morning to people out there, to myself, to everybody. It is your one warrior junior that is here for you, here for me, here for you too. Yeah, talk about. Let me see if I can get a little bit better lighting. Let me see if we can get a little bit better. You know, you know the story of why. This is just the positioning in my bedroom, the way that the lighting is. So I do apologize, but it's a good ambiance actually. I've always kind of liked it. So as I do this, I watch the crypto market, especially the one that I'm in, ACH, not really blasting forward as I was hoping. Tough thing because you borrow money to try to leverage, and then it did move. I mean, I was right, but I was wrong. Like that should be a good topic. Instead, I mean, I will address narrative. I'll know this in a minute, but the definition of greed. What exactly is greed? I mean, here I had a goal. It's like, okay, I just want to try to make this amount. I don't think that's greedy. I think that's ambitious. Greed is like never enough kind of mentality. That's not me. If anything, but I've sold stuff many times and try to work a deal with people, not being greedy. Understanding that they got to make money too or whatever. Hey, in my philosophy, there's enough to go around. But a lot of people that are in business, they're very greedy because they've had their throat cut by competition. So like they want vengeance. It's really, or they just see somebody else driving a more expensive car, they want to have it too, more expensive watches. I get it, I get it. But it's like in my mind, there's enough to go around, um, and you should get what you deserve. Like, and I know when people say get what you deserve, that usually implies something bad. But in a way, I feel like for example, like I've been working really hard in the gym, really, really hard, and also my nutrition. Um, you know, it's like kind of like bodybuilding, but with calisthenic work. So I am stoking the furnace with some serious quality foods all the time, and it's like all that eating, but what you get out what you put in. You really do. And you know what this is. The chai spice tea. It's got a little caffeine in there. Um, yeah, I watched. I was kind of curious about the SummerSlam thing. How many people? 50,000. Wow. A lot of these wrestlers are pretty smart. They're very articulate. They understand business. I was listening to Ryback talk with some of these guys. They're not clowns. They're not fools. And these dudes get paid really, really well because they know you're performing in front of 50,000 people. You're not dancing for free, my friends. Um, but it's not only the people watching, the pay-per-views and all everything else, the advertising. So it's like these guys know. Um, Brock Lesnar is very smart. This guy knew how powerful he was when he was very young. And when I say young, I was thinking like mid 20s. And I think he got like 1 million or 2 million a year of WWE. And he's like, I can make a lot more playing football. I can always come back to this shit. And that's what he did. He tried, and they cut him at the 40-man roster. And then he did the UFC thing too and kicked ass. So whatever this guy, I mean, he knew, he is fucking like a tank and fast and strong and everything. He's make as much as he can. And so then he went back to WWE. And you see, but in the meantime, while he was trying to play football and getting in Ultimate Fighting, it opened the door for John Cena. John Cena stayed with the company now, and then you see what happened. John Cena got into movies himself, so these guys are always thinking up, 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 up. Rock started out, he's a good draw in the late '90s, probably making $1 million a year. He's a millionaire, you know, but kept going. He kept going, hit Hollywood, and things. Not everybody, makes it in Hollywood, but he is. Cena apparently is really getting a good push. There's some guys did some movies too, like The Miz. Did a couple Marine movies, never really took off. Randy Orton, who I thought would have been very, very charismatic, good-looking dude, especially when he was younger. I really thought he would be made for Hollywood. He'd be perfect, but he just stuck with the wrestling. He did the Marine movie, I think, or something. I'm not sure, but look, everybody's got to find their niche. To some people, it's like their talent lies here, talent lies there. I just remember Cena saying that he was just cutting grass, making nothing. So you got to take what opportunity is available if you get one. I just I've always had a respect for that, because I've always loved bodybuilding and I've always loved being an entertainer, dancing and stuff. So um, unfortunately, there's no real carved out path of success. It's something I could do. You know, it would be nice to get a shot in Hollywood. Demonstrate martial arts and stuff, and combine it with they say, well, just put something on YouTube. And I said, as you can see, I'm not very good with recording myself doing things. I don't harbor any delusions at 47 years old that there's going to be a huge market for somebody like me, if not any. Um, you know, it's like you want to, the more desperate you are, I talked about this in the last episode, it doesn't fly. It doesn't fly. Successful people see that and they just go like this. They bum you, they ghost you. It's like if you see a bum, like and your heart goes out and somebody says, can I just get something to eat? They're asking specifically. I remember a guy asked me for a burger. He was in front of Burger Place. Says, if I could just get a burger, and I got him one. He asked specifically. I remember that. I'll never forget that. Believe me, I've been down, my friends. I've been down. I remember there was a time in my mid-30s. Oh my God. Early before I went back to school. Oh my God. Oof. I'm talking about like trying to scrounge up $1.50 to buy a can of soup at the market. Okay? That's to me, that's pretty fucking down. You know, I don't like to think about that shit. Yep. And people that are homeless, right? But you have to look at yourself first. The song Man in the Mirror, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. Take a look at yourself. Actually, Michael Jackson did not write that song. That song was co-written by Glenn Ballard and Siedah Garrett. She co-sung the song with Michael. Actually, she didn't co-sing it. I'm very sorry. She co-sung that I Can't Stop Loving You. I just can't stop loving you with Michael Jackson. But she co-wrote Man in the Mirror. Sometimes I get a little confused. I'm sorry. I was a very big fan. Um, Never seen anybody that like, so entertaining ever. Never will be. Oh, it'd be somebody, but he was really something truly special. Smooth Criminal. It's a badass video. Choreography by Vince Patterson, who I've communicated through emails before. Like I'm what you call like a fringe. Been on the I'm a fringe industry person. Like you're not established. I mean, I've been there and I met a lot of people and things like that, but you know, I never really took it over the top where they say that is the guy who did this. I didn't etch something in stone of significance. I never have. I didn't do it in anything in my life. Nothing. And kind of like that bothers me because when you work so hard for some things, you should be known for. I mean, like I don't know why names coming to my mind, but like Kurt Angle, you know, it's immortalized. A 1996 Olympic gold medalist, WWE, icon. Like a champion, all these things, and I just wish I could have been something where, you know, I made my money, did something, like substantial, and it's like I could be respected. I don't know. You walk around, people like, fuck, that's what's his name, like there's somebody. I just never did. I just wasn't able to carve out a niche in anything because all the things that I got into, I was, I didn't realize these were a lot of hobbies. And there are people that are beyond exceptional in these hobbies, but they started when they were very young. And I didn't. I didn't know this. I thought I could just go straight to the top. I didn't know. Or get really, really good really, really fast if I just practiced a lot. And it doesn't work that way. Um, pool, I really thought billiards, pool, I could, playing 8 hours a day every day, I could get really, really, really good. And, I played in this national championship tournament in Vegas back in, I think, '03 or '06, was it? And, I just got nervous. I got smoked, I mean, up against these people that are, really, really good bar pool, eight ball bar pool players, and I couldn't run out. And I realized if I couldn't live on the table, I was never going to be a professional player. So that dream, that ended. And I got into chess, and I thought I could do the same thing. I could just work my way up from 1,000 player to a national expert 2,000, and on the way up. But I started to learn very quickly. After I got to 1,400, 1,500, it started to get very steep. But at 16, I said, "Whoa, what?" You got because you got to study, you got to read, and memorize. You got to know opening theory, all these lines, and to get really, really, really fucking good. And I just like to play. I didn't like to sit there and study. I was going to study. You're going to make a living doing this. So I got to like 1,500 playing speed chess, and that was it. That's as far as I could go. I did Thai International Championship in Las Vegas in 2011, which is definitely the highlight of my chess playing. I cracked it over 1,800 on chess.com, but again, you're just not going to get. I have a friend, John, that has Harper's delusion that he's going to become a master fairly easily, and he just doesn't get it. He doesn't get it, and he won't get it because I know pretty much exactly what it takes to get to that point, and it's for a kid, it's their whole life. Yeah. Anyway, that's that. And I tried bodybuilding, and that, always, been good with working out, but you gonna get on a stage and compare your body with somebody else, dude. You don't know what they're taking, what they're on, and you get blown away. They won't even make it on the stage. You won't even make it past the preliminaries, the pre-qualifying, because it's just, baseball. That was another, that was the hardest one of all, baseball, because that basically I wanted ever since I was a kid. And I found out, once after high school, I didn't know. In junior community college and trying out for all these things, trying to work my way in and dancing. Another fucking, I picked these fucking hard ass things that there was really nowhere to go with. Baseball, if you hit, literally, you know, make it to the majors, or something, but just couldn't, dude. I wore glasses, I couldn't see. I don't know. When somebody tells you you can't do something and then you just want to prove them wrong, kind of thing. So I guess that was my MO, motive operandi, whatever the fuck. I just wanted to like chase dreams, and in a way, I still am. It's kind of stupid. What's stupid is if you don't hit nothing. When you hit something, then you're like a hero. When you don't hit, you're nothing. Now, the only thing you can do, I listened to this thing, Motivation Madness or whatever, the Mulligan brothers. You just have to commit and stick with no matter what. And if it leads nowhere, it leads nowhere. But I'm talking all the way down the road, all the fucking way. And it's just saying you have to get so fucking good they have to notice. And you should work with your genetics, and be a little practical and realistic. Understand the value of time and age, and don't become one of these idiots. There's this movie, Bigger, Stronger, Faster. If you watch it for free, I think on YouTube. The first 15 minutes, and there's this young guy. He interviews this kind of delusional guy. He's like 50 years old. He's hanging out at Gold's Gym in Venice. He lives in his van, and he thinks like in his mind he's like the greatest bodybuilder, super strong. He's like strong. And if you look at him, he's not. He's crazy. He's delusional. He has something. There's something wrong with him, and it's sad because it's good that they showed this guy, on in the movie, and it's like a documentary, because if you're a little, you're not all there, and you're harboring some delusion that you're gonna. I don't know what the fuck the guy thinks he's gonna be. He's living in his van outside of Gold's Gym, and he thinks he's the strongest guy in there. He's crazy. He's not. He doesn't look like nothing. If you see what he looks like, he's nothing. There's a route. There's a road that people have taken in anything to become something. It's not a one size fits all. But do you see what I'm saying when you're talking about people that are like, they're just. Now, look, man, I've seen tremendous underdogs become something. Just that guy living in his van has no plan. So I'm not trying to say everybody's, if you're dreaming, you're delusional, you can't make it. I'm not saying that at all. But if you watch that movie, you'll see that guy. He's like, he's no goal, no, like them talk about, okay, how can you get to this? How can you try to become that? What are you doing to get there? And that, if you don't have that anything, then, you're just, you're daydreaming. You're daydreaming. And it's really hard, I know. Because we're kids, you're told you can be whatever you want to be. Nobody breaks your spirit. And then what happens is you get older and you find out the reality of it, of life. And the reality is that you can't be whatever you want to be. that it's extremely competitive and combative, especially spectator sport. And even not. You see, like these guys that are world champion ping pong players, they're phenomenal, right? How long do you think they've been practicing and playing? And they ain't making millions of dollars, okay? So, and I didn't even pick a real. I'm talking spectator sport. Let's talk about, boxing or fucking ultimate fighting or sport, anything with a ball at the end, except volleyball maybe. But even that, these people have given everything. Now they might be incredibly talented. What was it, Michael Phelps, whatever? For swimming, but he's a genetic freak, literally. Big Papa Pump, right? But he's a genetic freak for swimming. And can you imagine? It's a guy with that kind of reach, and he works his ass off. He's untouchable. You can't beat somebody like that. And there's your answer. How many gold medals, right? You combine, look at a guy like Shaq when he was playing. You take a guy 300 pounds, 7'2" or whatever, that's running and working his ass off. You cannot beat somebody like that. You can't. These football players that are that big too, that defensive guys that are working their ass off, you cannot beat people like that. Now they make movies like Rudy, of course, all right. True story, all right. Remember, Rudy did not make it to the NFL. That wasn't his goal, I know. His goal was to play at Notre Dame, which he did. But, you just have to understand that these are anomalies. You might want something really, really bad, but you are up against factors, time, genetics, other competition. You can break everything down, like in the science, and see. I know, look, I wanted to be a baseball player more than life itself, okay? You couldn't get me to stop. You could not get me to stop. And I was able to get a one-day contract as a professional baseball player. It took me 31 years. I did other things too, but I was able to walk away with closure that I could live with myself after what. How many people would swing the bat outside their house 500 times a night, every night? It's crazy. It's crazy. I wanted it that bad, but it didn't matter because professional baseball is exactly that. It's a business. Now, there's guys that are small that have made their way in. There's many things that whatever. I just didn't run the route for me. Plus, I had issues with other things. Look, I know this guy, Big Craig. He won the Mr. World. I think it was by audience judging in Austria or whatever back in 1981 or something. The guy had a standing invite from Joe Weider to do the Mr. Olympia contest, I think in 82 or 83. A standing invite. Okay? And he didn't do it. I asked him. He goes, Mike, you got to understand back then. And I get it. I get it. I got, and he had like problems. Everybody, I had my gambling problems. I could tell you my story about my. Okay, I'll share the story. I'll share it. Okay. Um, there was a minor league tryout for the Reno Blackjacks, minor league team back in I don't know, it was 2002 or something. I was working out every fucking day, and I said I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna show these fuckers what's up. And I remember I'm 29 or something. I said I could still play this fucking game. I knew I could do it. And money was an issue because I was playing a lot of poker, just losing. And my uncle said, "I got you. I'll pay for you to get up there to the tryout." So like 2 days before the tryout, he Western Unions me like $700, so I'm set, right? 2 days before, I've been working out for like 6 months, getting, fucking jacked, ready to. And what I do, that money fucking got me excited. And I went down to Commerce Casino and I lost it all the night before, a day before actually. I called up my uncle, told him what happened. He wasn't happy. And believe me, I wasn't happy at myself either because here I trained so hard. I wanted to go for a professional baseball tryout and gambled all the money away. So he said, "All right, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to send you that money one more time." He says, "If you screw me over, if you fuck me over," I remember he said that words exactly. Don't ever ask me for anything ever again. He sent me the money and I went to the tryout. I remember I worked my ass off. I fucking hit a ball I remember batting practice. I hit a fucking ball that's still going. I thought for sure they were going to sign me. Okay? Told you, I showed up there, I was jacked. The coach goes, "We're not signing anybody today." Never called me back. But the point was that I fucked up. I trained so hard for something, and you know, my problem, the excitement with the gambling thing, that got all that training, all that work, and I almost blew the tryout. So when Big Craig tells me about you didn't do the Olympia, I could put two and two together. A lot of people don't have gambling problems; they have other problems. At least so he implied. The nicest guys though ever. The size of that dude. One of the nicest guys. He's talking to Dublins all the time. It's like, but to become a real bodybuilder now, what they call bodybuilder, you gotta be on stuff, dude. You gotta be on some strong shit. And I will not go there. I will do stuff like SARMs though. I did try, I have stuff that I had um, from like a couple years ago. I saved it. I said, let me, you know what, with my serious workouts and my eating, the supplementation, I'm gonna take a little bit. I'm gonna take a little bit, see if I get a good reaction from it. So I've got like 3 or 4 different SARMs, 3 I think, and I'm gonna try it, see if I get a good reaction from it. So I think I'm getting getting some good stuff from it. So I'll keep you posted on the quality of it. It's one company, MP Labs. I don't even know if it's still around, but um, they make different types of SARMs. YK11, uh, Tremblone. I guess it's supposed to be like Trend, but it's like their own kind of thing. And I just take a little bit. They say, oh, take 3 a day with meals and stuff. And I take one. I take one. Let's just see. We get a little something from it. If you're gonna work that hard, and if you're older, then I don't see any problem with it. Your body needs the help. If you're working that fucking hard and eating that good and taking it that seriously. Look, I've seen some guys, I call them clowns. One guy's got bowling ball shoulders. He looks ridiculous, and tiny little calves. And I know why. Because he ain't doing shit. He's just taking. No, he's a clown. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. The biggest clowns are the ones that shoot the synthol. I've seen this. Guys in Brazil. Boy, you want to see a joke? Look at some of those retards in Brazil. They're walking around all full of oil. It's oil based. They just shoot themselves up, blows up the muscle. They look like those guys look like real freaks. I mean, like unbelievable. Um, but I'll tell you something. You need some of these wrestlers. Oh my god, my god. I'll never forget the size of John Cena's hands. My friend Pete was in shock and awe. I said, yep, that's what it is, brother. Anyway, I've always been fascinated by, you know, fitness, health. I say health and fitness. Steroids is not about health, but I mean, it can be wasting away or something, but those dudes are taking that shit. It's all show, it really is. And I mean, I watched the thing with Scott Steiner, like a cameo thing. He definitely doesn't look like he used to. The first thing they say that goes is the legs, and then the arms. Um, but see, I was never super huge. I get, well, that's all relative, you know. I'm comparing myself to. I mean, I got damn near close to like 200 pounds a couple times, and that's for me. If you're thin at 5'9", and you're like 200, it's not bad. I mean, that's some density. I mean, I remember like I'm walking around a cop police car, like down Residential Street. The dude like slowed down just to get a good look at me, like I just got out or something. Um, Antagonist, what's up? I didn't do that, but you know, when you're getting looks, then you're above normal, and I don't really care either way. But um, I told you, like when you're naturally thin, you've got muscle wraps on, that density. It's pretty badass. So that is everybody has their gift, but most people just don't work hard enough at it. And when I mean work hard enough, I mean with everything. Um, it just depends of what you think is badass. You know, whatever. But you should build your best body. Why not? You get one life, one go around. Why not be badass for what you are? Not just having that body for superficial looks. I love having the power. Like I was doing this thing, kind of, sumos, the way they squat. Try to do that. Try to like go and don't rest your arms on the ground. Put your palms on the ground or on your knees. Try to get there in that squat and hold it, and try to walk around with it, and see how long you can hold that position without your fucking legs or your thighs and your legs on fire. That's what I do, shit like that, and then I try to walk around in the squat position, try to alternate, try to twist your body. Your legs this way, then this way, then this way. Go ahead, try to do that shit. See how fucking hard that is. I told you, I want to be fucking badass, man. I throw myself around in the gym. That's correct. I throw myself around. Like Aikido, what they do, they throw you over. I throw myself around, okay? My friend Chris keeps reminding me, he goes, Mike, you're getting older, I know. That's why I'm fucking doing this shit now. Because then I can be able to do when you're old. You're not gonna, you could still maybe do a little something, but you know what? Hey, it's like kind of when I used to drink last call at the bar. Hey, why not? It's your last chance. Why not fucking give it absolutely everything you fucking got while you still can? There's a time to give back. I know. I want to do that. I want to be like a trainer and help people. Not yet. Not yet. I still want mine. I'm not finished yet. I still got something, like I feel like I could do something. I mean, I want to pull off a giant miracle in life. I want to do something like it's like, oh man, you really did that? It's what I want. People, they give me compliments all the time. Mike, you did so much. You're a professional baseball player, national championship player. All these. I go, I don't live in the past, man. And all that shit don't mean nothing really. It did at the time for a little while, but I'm here in the now. I want to accomplish something now. I ain't finished yet. and you're not finished either. Now, time's going to get you. You know that's inevitable, and that sounds negative. It's not. It's not. You don't want to be somebody that left that shit on the table. Like, I know I almost flew to Vegas, and as I looked up the WWE schedule, I think they're gone. They're in Colorado for tonight's show, and then they're in San Diego. You know, the Raw show on Monday night. So if I would have flown out there last night anyway, you know, you think you're gonna get, you know, you gotta talk to somebody for a second. You know, look, man, keep training and wait for an opportunity for something. Now, I'm not putting all my eggs in the basket with WWE. I'm not saying I would do that. But my point is that you want to like get yourself in beyond first class condition for anything that could open up for you, whether it be movies, television, any fucking thing. And then don't approach these people. Stand there and let them come up to you. I hope you really want to remember this. If you ever see any of these people of power, put yourself in their presence, right? Do not approach them. I swear to God, if you approach these people, they're going to look at you as needy and desperate. You're going to get shit. Just stand there and hope they come to you. I'm telling you, there's a psychological thing. They got to approach you. They got to come to you. If you come up to them, it's like the kiss of death. Just about. There are times, you know, everything is different. But I'm telling you, from my life experience of 48 years, almost every time I've approached, your value goes down. Now, I know that I didn't address the narrative, but I did through the whole episode. I said, you know, a Sunday a day of rest? No, no. Most people work. I don't give a fuck about most people. I'm not most people. Okay, good for them. The rest, I got up. I woke up from rest. Now I'm pretty, my arms, man, you know, because I do pull-ups every fucking day, you know, and everything with all my exercises. You can work around shit that's sore, you know, whatever. But I'm telling you, you could be every fucking day. There's people, you know, it's like you eat every day, right? You could be doing every fucking day. I don't care. I'm serious. Why not? If it ain't sore and you're not training, why not? Because then, you know, I can look at somebody and I can tell you if they know what they're doing. Now, of course, there's people just on chemicals, you know, whatever. But I know, you know, and I don't really care, like, you know, about, I mean, I'm saying I could size somebody up very quickly, but I don't give a fuck. I don't need to because I care myself. That's all that really matters. I do what works for me, and I notice like the progress, see it, I can feel it, I know what works, and I know what doesn't work. For me, everybody is different. Get it? Everybody, but everybody is the same. The more you invest, the more you get. And I'm not talking about going to the gym for 12 hours a day. Yeah, yeah. How's your nutrition, man? You know, you can train your ass off and then don't eat good, and then you're like, yeah, you get a little something. Then you could just be eating and not training, and you know, and then you get a little something. You know, it's got to be everything. It's got to be fucking everything to get the most out of everything. That's what I do, and it fucking costs, man. It costs the time and the energy in the gym, and it costs sure as hell enough going to Whole Foods and pavilions buying good quality shit, dude. That's how it works. And supplements and everything. You ain't getting. You ain't getting. Now some of these dudes are on powerful compounds, okay? I read about like William Regal, you know, took also. I knew of these guys. I know. I know. I like him, you know. I was at the Marriott. I'll never forget it. I was wearing a sweater, you know, I was jacked. I went over these guys, and Cena was sitting at the head of the table. They're the champions in the bar. They're getting a long table ready. I should have waited a little longer before I went up there and said what I had to say. But I went up there and I thanked them all for inspiring me to be the best. And maybe one day I said I could be sitting here instead of being over there. And William Regal, like, kind of gave me a handshake. He knew. None of those people helped me. Nobody. You're not going to. You got to help yourself in life, and whatever it is. You got to help yourself in life, and whatever it is. And go after it, because in the end, you want to say you really, really, really tried, whatever it is. About me getting thrown out of J Lo's office. I don't know if she was there. I'd doubt it. But I wrote that beautiful script. Still have it. I don't give up very easily. The key is I still have it. And the key is I wrote it. And the key is I keep pushing myself physically. I do every fucking thing. Something's got to hit. My friend Chris keeps telling me something's got to hit for you. And it will. Because I believe it will. But I'm going to keep fucking plugging away with everything till something opens. Some door has to open. If I die first, that's fine. If no door opens, I'm very surprised. Actually, very surprised. The jobs I applied for with 4 college degrees. It's okay though. It's all right. I told you, literally go to school professionally and become a doctor. You put in enough time. If you put in enough time, that ain't going to guarantee you really anything anyway. But it's like a lot of people don't know this. I'll do an episode on that. How to go to school for free, professionally for the rest of your life. I could do an episode on that too. Maybe I will. All right. Well, I got to get back. I want to watch the crypto. This ACH looks like it's moving a little bit. So I do appreciate you listening, and keep fighting, dude. Keep fighting. That's what this shit is. Fight forward.